I feel like we're a news team.
Yeah.
Breaking.
News acres.
Breaking.
Anchors,
Breaking.
acres. Anchors.
I mean, you know, acres. Cool.
That's why I can't be a news anchor, because I can't talk.
True. Good thing we're on video.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back everyone to our Pressure Washing 101 series. I am Elijah Aiden.
I am Seth McKeegan.
And we work for Aiden Pressure Washing. We're based out of Lincoln, Nebraska. And the purpose of the Pressure Washing 101 series is we're basically just trying to provide some value to those of you who may be new to the industry, kind of learning the ropes and everything. I know I personally learned a ton from watching YouTube videos. You know, I got what they call the YouTube degree. So we're hoping just to give back a little bit, hopefully clarify some of the information you may be hearing out there, and provide some value to you all. So today we're going to be talking about downstreaming. A lot of people refer that as de-essing. That's just downstreaming. We're going to go over kind of what it is, how to do it, and the setup that you need for it. So we'll go ahead and dive right in. What do we got on the table?
Well, we have our downstreaming setup. So this is what it looks like. You have your injector on this end, you have your drop stick on this end, and this is pretty much a great way to apply chemicals, degreasers, whatever you got needing to be cleaned efficiently. So whatever chemical you need, you put your drop stick in there, and it'll create suction through the filter. It'll run it up through this hose and into the injector. And there's a little ball and spring, check valve, whatever you got in there that'll allow the chemical to bypass into the pressure hose, and it'll, whatever mixture you got, depending on your machine, hose size, will come out of your wand and onto whatever you're cleaning.
Yep. And so these injectors will actually pull different ratios, and what we mean by ratio is the basically percentage of soap or chemical detergent that you're pulling versus the percentage of water that you're getting. So it's important to understand what that ratio is, and there's going to be differences in the size of the orifice for these injectors. The size of your machine is actually going to play a part in how much you're able to draw as well. Typically you see anywhere from a 10 to 1 all the way up to a 20 to 1 ratio as far as your ability to pull. 10 being the quantity of water, 1 your soap, 20 the quantity of water, 1 your soap. So 10 to 1 is actually a stronger ratio than your 20 to 1 that you're pulling. So I guess we can hop on over to the machine. We'll show you how to hook these up. But again, this is kind of how we started. So we started downstreaming, and we still do it for the majority of our house washes that we do. There's other methods out there, soft washing with a dedicated 12-volt pump, or you may hear the term X-jetting. We'll have different videos that cover those as well. Those are just kind of different techniques to use. But the best thing to know is that all three of those techniques are really going to be more of a low pressure approach or a lower pressure approach than, you know, say just going up with a bunch of high pressure and trying to blast away at a home or a surface to hopefully get it clean, which that's not really cleaning. You're just kind of taking the top layer of whatever grime may be there. So we'll take this over to the pressure washer, and we'll kind of explain how you hook it up and what it looks like once you get it hooked up. All right, so this is the pressure washer trailer that we've got, and this is one of our pressure washers that we have on this trailer. This is actually our oldest 8-gallon minute machine that we have, and it's still kicking. But what you do is you've got the outlet end of your pressure washer. So whether you have a machine that looks like this, or you've got one that's maybe on wheels like a 4-gallon minute machine, you're always going to have an area where the water is going to be coming out of your pressure washer. You've got the inlet end where you've got either a buffer tank that's feeding the pressure washer or a garden hose from the house, and you have the outlet end. You're going to take your injector that you have these fittings on right here, you're going to hook it up to your pressure washer. And now it's important to make sure that you have the correct flow, the direction. So on these injectors, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of faded. There will be an arrow that's showing you the flow, and that's the flow of the water from your pressure washer. So in this case, the arrow is pointing this way. So we want to make sure that we hook this up so that the pressure washer is on this side and your outlet or your hose going to your wand or your gun that you'll be applying the soap with is on this side. So we come over here, we couple it on. Once you have that coupled on, you can take your pressure washing hose, which we've just got a small jumper hose here, but it will serve its purpose. You hook that up. You drop your drop stick into whatever solution you want to apply to the home, to the concrete, whatever you may be cleaning. Make sure you've got your wand or your trigger gun hooked up, and then you can start the pressure washer. Now, once you start it, there may be some water in the line, but it will start to draw from whatever chemical you have, whatever soap, detergent you may have in the bucket. So be ready to start applying to the house. Once you're done soaping up and you're ready to rinse, what we do is we have a water bucket, usually right next there. You just drop the drop stick in there. So it will no longer be pulling soap from the soap bucket. It will then start pulling water from the water bucket. And when you're applying, you're going to be rinsing in that case. You won't be applying any more soap. So it's really just important to understand that whatever this drop stick is in is what's going to be coming through the end of your wand. So again, soap up the house, spray, got a side soaped up, ready to rinse, come back, drop it in the water bucket. There'll be a little bit of soap left in the line. Once that's out, you're ready to start rinsing, rinse down the side. A helpful tip is on these drop sticks. So what we do is we put a filter on the end as well as a PVC pipe. The filter obviously prevents any gunk and debris from getting in and clogging up your injector or the tips that you have on your wand. The PVC pipe is a great way to actually keep it down at the bottom of the bucket. If you don't have that on there, we've made that mistake before. You'll actually have this start to float up to the top, and you'll start sucking air instead of the actual soap or detergent. It won't stay in the bottom and keep drawing that way. So a pretty easy method to apply soap to a home, very efficient that way. We still downstream most of our house washes that we do. We've kind of since upgraded from the manual to we do have an electric downstream injector. We'll talk about that in a whole separate video, but this just kind of shows you the basics of downstreaming, how we got started, and it's a great way for you to start making money in your business in a way that you're not going to be damaging property with high pressure. You can use this low pressure approach, and really the percentages that you're going to be drawing with downstreaming, there's not a whole lot of risk there either. You can't pull super high percentages. So if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. We'll hopefully get those answered for you, and stay tuned for future videos. Thanks. See ya.